We got some clouds out here. I'm a little scared to take the bike. This is quite the fucking view though. Oh! Oh man, this is crazy. My God, the weather out here is so nice right now. Okay, so as I'm running late for school, well, not late. I usually like to be at least 30 minutes early, and I'm definitely not gonna be that. But I got a little something I wanna talk to y'all about as I make my way down here. Like I mentioned a couple of videos ago, your boy got a new laptop with that school money, so well needed, and right now the laptop is great. My only small problem is, I don't know if it's a Windows 11 thing or if it's the laptop, but there'll be some glitches. So besides Windows 11, that thing's great, but that's not the point. The point is, if I'm looking at things correctly, I should have a one last loan, the delay loan, since I'm a first-time schooler. And I'm not sure when it's coming in. I'm gonna have to check my bank account later to see if it has any upcoming transactions. If so, I'm really trying to figure out what I want to do with the money. I feel like I said this before, but after I got it, I wanted to do some stuff with my truck. But then I had other ideas. So you know what? I'm gonna just tell y'all straightforward. I wanna know if y'all care for any Suron content. I'm sure some of you do, but what I mean is, I was gonna put a good chunk of money into my truck and just save myself enough insurance money since I'm jobless, couldn't get one. Not too mad that I couldn't, because now that I'm in school, wow, it's taking up all my time. So again, not too mad at that. But I really wanna know, with the delay loan that may be coming in, if I'm correct, should be, I think, that is that extra money I had to spend that I was going to put into the truck. But that's when I asked the question, if y'all care about Suron content, should I put the money in the truck, or do y'all want to see some more Suron content? Because long story short, I'm not even gonna hide it. That little True Moto controller is cool and all, but y'all hear me, man. It's just so slow. I complain about it all the time. I really wanted the bike to be quite a bit faster. The thing's only topping out at like 57 to 58. On average, 56 to 57. When battery gets low, when I'm going up a hill, when it's windy, it's always windy, especially now that I live at the edge of the earth. That lack of speed, it just kills me, especially when I go from this bike to the Suron. It's just so much slower. And it's not like I only use the Suron for off-roading. I haven't off-roaded since I did the video with Simply Nate, the E-Ride comparison. Apparently my voice wants to keep going out today. I'm getting sick and tired of this aftermath of this stupid ass sickness, man. Anyway, I need more from it, and I wasn't able to get that. And it's a little disappointing, I'm not gonna lie. I knew something was wrong when I had the stock motor on, a fast RPM motor, and I was only getting 66. I just knew the QS motor, was going to be slower, a lot slower. Especially when I slapped the, wow, that voice crack was crazy. Especially when I slapped the 42 sprocket on and was still not even managing 60. That was shocking. Not even managing 70 with the stock motor. It just didn't make sense. It still doesn't. So long story short, if y'all care about some, if y'all care about some Suron content, let me know, because I might just spend a G on a faster controller. I know what controller I want. The thing I'm trying to decide is there other options out there? I'm looking at the EBMX 9000. That was a controller I honestly originally wanted, but getting that controller wouldn't have allowed me to get certain things like custom wheels and all that, and I didn't feel comfortable having that much power on stock wheels. Really wanted some wheels, I'm not gonna lie. I want to try to get everything, so I went budget, and I got the True Moto, which took 2 months just for it to be slow as hell. So that was very disappointing. But again, man, y'all let me know. Now, if you don't, this is where I'm gonna decide, do I still want to put money in the truck? Do I still want to separately get a controller? Or what I more than likely will do, honestly thinking about taking the money and spreading it out as much as possible. Woo, I'm late as hell, man. I got somewhere to be. The stock bumper to my truck was crooked, and that was pissing me off. So that's fixed. Next thing that's annoying me, I'm not gonna lie, as y'all can probably faintly hear, maybe the camera is picking up better than my ears, but the music. I gotta have my music while I'm driving, so I gotta put my music in my truck, man. It's an old ass work truck, so I'm not surprised that its speakers were whack. So I slapped some JBLs in it, sound great, but no woofer, so I got no bass. I'm thinking about slapping a cheap woofer up in there. I'm looking at one for 200 bucks. So things like that. I might spend 200 bucks on a truck. Look at this weird ass Tesla. That reminds me of something as a kid, but I can't remember what. I know it was a little toy or something. But back to the topic. Might throw some money in the truck. I'm thinking about getting a skateboard to skate around the campus, because golly, it's so big. I had 2 classes in one building. Now one of them moved to another building. That building is the complete opposite Okay, you're scaring the shit out of me, man. And I keep seeing kids skating around, and somebody I talked to there in my class got a skateboard. I'm like, they don't give you shit for that? He said, no, security does not get on me about it. So I'm like, shh. I used to have a penny board in 2016. I want to get one back. But the main point again of the video I want to reiterate is the surround control is the one thing that's annoying me. Like the lack of bass in my truck, the lack of speed in my surround is aggravating. It's just not what I wanted it to be, and it's not sitting right with me. It's not sitting right to leave it where it is. But if y'all don't really care about the surround content, if y'all want more of this again, I have no problem riding this bike around like I am today. You look at this biker. But I actually gotta get in this lane. So if y'all want to see some surround content, let me know. Because I will put money in that surround just to make some videos, just to make it faster. I'll get back to driving it just a little bit more, just in case I wasn't driving it enough. You're a little close to that BMW. That seems dangerous. If y'all don't, then I'll absolutely worry about that later, because that is a big chunk of money that'll be gone. I might have a couple $100 left over, but because I don't have much money, I think I stated this before, but I'll state it again. I like to try to get as much as possible with my money because I only have so much. Like right now, if there's something like cheap I want to get for the surround, I'll put money in the surround that way. Then something cheap within the truck, like if I could get the woofer or the repairs, a regular old penny board. I'm thinking about getting a different type of board. That'll be good content for this channel. You know, if I just can, I like to do that because it fills mini gaps. Things come by slower, but I'm filling mini gaps. This is a lot of rain clouds. And that's clearly a cloud that is showering down. Oh, speaking of building K, there it is. But y'all see, I'm gonna go all the way around. I like to park in the front where the motorcycles are because I don't know if there's motorcycle parking back here. Shit, I think that's building C right there. So it's there to there. This curve is making it look a little shorter, maybe. Oh, look at all this motherfucking traffic. So as y'all can tell, with this very, very nice BM motherfucking W right here. Look at this goddamn bike. I don't know whose bike that is, but if I did, I'd congratulate them on such great taste. Okay, shut the fuck up. Fucking shouting and shit, my voice already going out. Stressing out here. School got me fucked up. I'm kidding, I'm doing pretty good. Golly. Don't get me wrong, I love cruiser bikes, but sports bikes have grown on me a whole lot. Damn, if only I had the time and money for a project. You know how long it would take me to build a project now? Or build a bike? It takes so long. But as y'all can see, building C is here. And y'all probably can tell how far building K is. It's a long walk. So I'm like, your boy might get bored because all this walking, and I could save time getting class to class, especially because them classes is man far from each other, but they're 10 minutes apart. So one ends at 1:50. I gotta be in that class at 2 o'clock. I hate being late to class. I want to be early. I want to be able to set up my laptop and stuff. But let me get all this off. I gotta hurry up.
But guess what? This guy knocked the mic adapter loose from the camera. I thought it was still plugged in, and it wasn't. So the rest of my audio sounded like this.
Almost forgot to start recording.
So now I have to run it back.
So, but with all that out the way, I do want to say the money has arrived. So I'm going to say it again. Y'all let me know if y'all want to see some surround content. Do y'all really care about the surround content? If you do, I will gladly spend a good chunk of change and getting some a little faster. And I'm not going to get rid of this controller. I'll have other plans for it. It's just, unless I'm getting things mistaken, if there's something I could put on here that'll make this bike faster, the speed I really want it, I would not mind doing that. But if y'all not tripping on the surround content, then it's a fairly high chance that I wouldn't buy a new controller yet. I would wait, but I would simply do it for y'all. I think I know what I would do. It would be likely I wouldn't put the money here, nor would I put it there. Honestly, I think I would spread it out, which I was thinking of something. I kind of exposed that earlier, if you guys don't remember. You know what, I'm going to just say it, because I was going to hide it, but I'm not going to hide it. I mentioned earlier, talking about getting a skateboard so I can skate around campus, because it's a big old campus, and your boy got to go back and forth between the buildings that are the furthest away from each other. I'm not going to lie, I was thinking about getting an electric one. I was going to go cheap, but the problem with going cheap was, though they were the lightest, fairly small, just like a penny board. I was going to get a penny board. That's what I used to have. They didn't have any replacement motors in case something happens with the motor, and they don't have replacement batteries. One of the boards I was looking at, which looked really nice, super thin, super light, I don't even know how to get to the battery if I wanted to try to build my own. So that was a no-no. The ones that typically do have replaceable parts, they're not super expensive, but they cost a little more. I'd say around $400, maybe a little more, maybe a bit less. But I was thinking, if I'm gonna spend a chunk of change here, if I don't mind spending a chunk of change there, should I mix it up and get an
expensive board. It'd be a little scary because I haven't rode a skateboard in the last 5 years, nor have I ever had or been on an electric one. But hey, I'm willing to try new things, just not the one wheel. That's too scary for me. The only one problem I have with getting a more expensive board is how much bigger and heavier they are. How do I carry it when I take my bikes and trying to walk around with it through buildings or trying to find somewhere to sit it while I'm sitting in class? The next thing you might be thinking is, why don't you start a new project? Well, the problem with that is I already know what I wanted to do for 2025, but because I only have so much money, it wouldn't be done for a while. It probably wouldn't be done in 2025. But with all that being said, y'all let me know what y'all want me to do here. If y'all don't mind, if it is what it is, I'm trying to come in with a little something new. It's likely going to be an electric board, I'm not going to lie. It would be pretty fun to have one. Another reason why I thought about getting a more expensive one, because I know I'm going to be like, I just want to use it for campus, but I know me. I'm going to want to ride around the neighborhood, so I'm going to run a little more miles. But I'll say it again, with all that being said, make sure y'all hit like, comment, and hit the subscribe button to get electrified with people. Become electric with the rest of the people. That's been me. I'm out. Oh, there goes another Sauron. Look at that.